Yeah, Base Wing Rider. I'm on the PC800, not the Goldwing, so it might be a little windy. Plus, it is a little windy today. It's been a while since I did a video, probably about a month, I guess. I've been a little under the weather of sorts, which is the reason why. I messed around and bought an old truck for a project, and yanking and pulling and working on that thing messed my back up pretty bad, so I realized that's the kind of project I can do. So I sold it to my brother. He wanted it, so I sold it to him. And I figure I'll keep the projects to the wood shop, things that I can do without hurting my lower. My lower back is not good. I'm retired Florida Highway Patrol. I was pretty active. I was SRT, which is Special Response Team, like SWAT team, and I was a training officer, firearms instructor, and I got beat up pretty good over the years. And I'm paying for it now in my older years, 54, but still in pretty good shape. Just my lower back is not good, and my hips and knees and stuff like that, so I have to be careful what I do. I love to ride, though. I've got the 2012 Goldwing and that old PC800 here, which I've actually got for sale. I got it for sale on Craigslist. If you go to Craigslist, Florida, Tallahassee, you'll see it in there somewhere. So, and a couple other places. I really like it. I just had it painted a couple of months ago, and it wasn't cheap. It's automotive paint, and it was done at a paint and body shop. I didn't do it myself. I had professional painters do it. They're like $1,200 worth, but it was worth it to me because it runs great. It's a nice machine, and I like it. But I started thinking, you know, when my back had all that trouble, I thought I'm not riding as much as I was, and I kind of neglect the Goldwing sitting there when I'm riding this one. But you kind of cramped up on this one, you know how your knees are and everything, even though it's a decent sized machine. I'd like to maybe get something that my legs aren't cramped up so much on, besides the Goldwing. That's my baby, the Goldwing is. I've got a trailer for it, and it is super comfortable. But this one's a little bit cramped, so I wish I could find one more like this one that's not so cramped up, because I'm like 6 foot tall and 220, so it's a little cramped. It's not bad, but when you got lower back problems and knee problems, you gotta take that into consideration. So if I get this one sold, I'll find, I'm not in a hurry. If I sell it, I sell it. If I don't, I'll just ride it occasionally. But I like to find something that's a second bike, so I don't put so many miles on the Goldwing if I just want to ride, because it's a big boy. Getting it out just for a little hop across the pond, so to speak, is not that easy, because it's a big bike. It wants to get out on the road and go, whereas the PC800, you know, it wants to run around the block or down the road or on the highway, wherever you want to go with it. It's just not as comfortable. Anyway, I think you get the gist of it by now. So I'd like to sell this one and look for something a little different. You know, something a little where I can stretch out a little bit more. But my favorite bikes are the bikes of the 80s. Some of you are like, 80s? 80s, 1980s. 70s were great for motorcycles, but you know, I was a teenager in the 70s. I was born in '62, so you know, growing up in the 70s, it was the bicycle, you know, teenager. In '77, when Chips came out, the TV show Chips, I was 14, I believe. So But the 80s, man, there's some really nice bikes that came out then in the 80s, like the Suzuki GS's, and I like the style of those bikes. And I mean, I can just go on and on. The Honda had Honda had a little bit of everything, man. Honda's just fantastic as far as I'm concerned. They're the motorcycles, man. But you know, the Kawasaki's, all of them. The Honda, some of the Twin Stars, the smaller ones, they're like a CM400E Honda. Styling on that one, beautiful bike. It's a little small, but gorgeous machine. And the Suzuki GS, I just like the style of those bikes. Not that I was a big Suzuki fan, but I had a Honda CB550 that I rode, you know, in high school and stuff. It was like a 78 or somewhere in there, 76. I think it might have been a 76. It was a Honda CB550 that I bought secondhand, and that was my first street bike. But I rode motocross, I rode enduro, I had all the bikes, the dirt bikes and everything. That's the first street bike that I had, and it was pretty cool. Anyway, I decided to get the PC800 out today and do a little video, because like I say, again, it's been a while since I did one, and I wanted to touch base with the subscribers. All 288 of them, I think I have. And there's some really great YouTubers out there. I'm just low-level amateur. I just enjoy doing it, but there's some really good ones. I've talked about him before. There's this guy. He does a lot of videos, but he's a do-it-yourselfer genius mechanic. His name's Musty1 is his YouTube name, and he's a VW guy, and motorcycle guy, and he builds motorcycles, whatever you want to call them. But I mean, this is a really cool guy. I've watched his videos all day, restoring old VW single cab, double cabs, and building motorcycles out of bicycles. And just check him out, Musty1. And there's some other great ones out there, like Billma, B-I-L-L-M-A. Billy Music is his name, and he's like this. He does these Hollywood production type videos. I don't know, it's been a while since he's did any, I'm not sure, but trip videos, motorcycle trip videos, and his is the best I've ever seen. I mean, the absolute best I've ever seen. And you watch the videos, you get to know somebody that way, because Billy seems like a really great guy, and it'd be cool to meet him and go on a trip or something like that with him, you know, a motorcycle trip. But anyway, I take my girlfriend with me. She's looking for a bike. She doesn't have one at the moment. We go on trips, and she ride on the back of the Goldwing with me. I'll hook the trailer to it, and most of the stuff in the trailers, well, a lot of it's her stuff, and then my stuff. And she's I mean, getting along with her is like peas and carrots. I mean, we get along great. And she's out in Louisiana right now. I hadn't seen her in a while. She's working on some stuff, so. But she'll be back pretty soon, and I like to plan a summer bike trip. And maybe she'll have her own by then. If not, I love it. You know, riding on the back of the Goldwing. It's a big bike, comfortable back seat. But she wants her get another bike. She rides. So it'd be cool to ride with her. You know, her on her bike and me on mine, and going on a bike trip. Going through the bigger cities that you pass through, traffic and all, I'd worry a little bit about that. But I go anywhere, it doesn't bother me. But she's not the city person, and traffic in the city, you got to pay attention, you know, especially on a bike, because people don't look for you. You got to look out for them. Oh. Anyway, I'm gonna kill this one, and I'll talk to you later. Wing Rider.